Snan Purnima is really a very, very auspicious day. It's basically a day of festival, you know. It's a day of welcoming Jagannath. And it's also, like how I said, it's also a appearance day of our dear Lord Jagannath, Baladev Subhadramai Sudarshan also. And Snan Purnima is a day where Lord Jagannath actually takes bath. Like Snan means bathing basically. So like one may ask that, oh, so Jagannath he bathes only today, does he not bathe any day in between? So we all might have a question. So actually it is said that Jagannath he's made of, you know, Daru Brahma, which is the wood basically. So he's not made of wood. He's so mercifully he's appearing in the form of wood, so that he can give us the darshan and he can give us the mercy. So in general, like you know, they won't dip the wood because you know wood will get spoiled and things like that. So that's why they refrain Jagannath from usually bathing. But there are special occasions. There are three special occasions wherein Jagannath usually they bathe Jagannath. So we will start with that. So before that, yeah, we will start with this prayer. So this is a very very beautiful prayer. So you can make note of this prayer, and we can, whenever possible, when we come in front of Jagannath Baladev Subhadramaya Sudarshan, we can offer this prayer. Few of you might already know this prayer also. नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्रभ्यं जगन्नाथाय ते नमः नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्रभ्यं जगन्नाथाय ते नमः. Nilachala Nivasaya means the one who resides in Nilachala. Nilachala is basically the abode of Puri. That hill is called as the Nilachala hill. And Nityaya Paramatmane, he is eternal. You know, before this even creation happens, he is the Lord of the universe. He existed before the even creation. So he's the eternal supreme soul. Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam. With whom? With Balabhadra and Subhadra. And Jagannatayate Nama. To that Jagannath, who is mercifully appearing in front of all of us in this, you know, abode of Jagannath Puri Dham, that is Nilachal Dham. So to that Jagannath, we are offering Baladev Subhadramai, we are offering the obeisances. Yeah. So what makes this Snan Yatra unique? Like how I said, the since Jagannath is mercifully, Jagannath Baladev Subhadramaya Sudarshan, they are mercifully appearing in the form of wood. Daily, what they do is they do something called as Bimba Snan. So like if you go around in the morning when they usually open, so right before the open or sometimes during the open, so they usually do Bimba Snan. That is, they you know, they show a mirror to the Jagannath Baladev Subhadramaya deities, and then they bathe that mirror. Like bathing that mirror, they say that, see Jagannath, you are seeing yourself. You are seeing yourself, and it's seen that you have bathed. So that's it. So uh, devotees have a lot of ways to trick Jagannath Baladev Subhadramaya, and Jagannath Baladev Subhadramaya also they love it. So you can imagine, like you stand in front of the lordships and they're showing the mirror, they're bathing the mirror, and then convincing the Lord of the Universe that yes, your bathing is done, like that. And so on a special occasion like the Snan Yatra, he comes in front of the whole Jagannath Puri. It is if you've ever been to Jagannath Puri, or if you like, I would request all of you, if you've not been to Jagannath Puri, so when you go to Jagannath Puri, so before you enter the gate itself, so you can see that Jagannath Snan place. So if you ask anybody, they'll show you the Jagannath Snan place, Snan place, Snan that place. And then when you enter also, after you take darshan, again you can go, and there is you can clearly see the place exactly where Jagannath Baladev Subhadramaya are seated. You can go, you can place your head there, and then you can pay obeisances there. And it's a very that place is situated at a great height, because see, usually when people take bath, they are very shy, but Jagannath is so merciful. He's so merciful that he comes before everybody. without any hesitation, so that everybody, they get a mercy of seeing him take bath. And when it is said that when we see Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Mai take bath, all our heart also, like how Jagannath's holy, transcendental, the body that gets externally cleansed, like that our internal chitta, that is consciousness, that also gets cleansed. And like how I said, three times, like usually actual bath Jagannath takes. That is, one is during Pushya Abhishek, and then one other is during Niladri Vijay. It's an again another festival, and finally during the Snan Yatra. And Snan Yatra, it's also called as Deva Snan. Why? Because when Jagannath Snan is happening, like on that place where I said, all the devas, Gandharvas, Yakshas, everybody comes and they are like, oh, the Lord of the universe is getting bath. We also want to bathe him. We also want to bathe him, like that. But since they cannot, come and steal the water pots, so what they do is, they actually shower rains on that day, actual rain. So it is said that, you most of them, I mean majority of the Snan Yatra days, so the actual, the Varun Dev, and all the other devas, they'll shower the rain, so that they also want to actually give, bath to Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Mai, Sudarshan. And why is this day very, very, special? Because like how I said, it's the appearance day of Lord Jagannath, and we will discuss the very, very mysterious appearance story. It's so amazing that how Jagannath chose to appear himself in this material universe to give us mercy. And it is said that, after Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai appeared, so on that day he was given the public bathing, and then, then actually every year after year that ritual started. And this actually happens on the Jeshta Purnima, so it is also called as Snan Purnima. And if you see, like, usually, in our Gaudiya Sampradaya, any appearance happens, let's say Lord Krishna's appearance, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, or Narsimhadev's appearance, Ramji's appearance, any appearance happens, we usually fast. So we will see the time of appearance. Let's say, Krishna appears in the midnight. So until midnight we fast. Fast means based on people's preference, like people's health. So if it is possible, people fast the whole day. Like they do nirjal or they do jal, they take milk. So whatever is possible. Worst of the worst case, at least they'll take Ekadashi Prasadam until midnight, because Krishna appeared at 12 a.m. So similarly, if you see Narsimhadev, he appeared neither in the day nor in the night. That condition was there. So he appeared in the evening. So at that point of time, so till evening we usually do the fast. But Jagannath's birthday is so auspicious that there is no fasting at all. It's always feasting. Jagannath, he always wants us to be, fed sumptuously, and he always wants, like, people to be very, very happy. So whenever we go on Snan Purnima day, it's said that, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, they feed every devotee who comes to visit him, like anything, like how, like somebody comes to our birthday, so how we take care. You can imagine, we are going to the Lord of the universe, Jagannath ji's birthday, so how much he will be eager to feed us. So that will give us another, motivation to at least go and visit Jagannath at least once in a lifetime during Snan Yatra, so that, we can, wherever it is said that wherever we are, in the few miles of Jagannath Puri temple, we can see Lord Jagannath's bathing. So we don't even have to, enter the temple premises to see Lord Jagannath bathing. So he's that merciful that he goes on that higher platform, even though, even though in general people are shy, he gets out of all this shyness, and he comes out to give that mercy on all of us. And it's also said that, on Jagannath's, this Snan Purnima day, he loves to eat. He eats like anything, and then finally he falls sick. That is another story. But if, like, see, in my calendar it shows 29th of this month as Jagannath Snan Purnima. So I'll be sharing, as per India time also. So if possible, you can offer something to Jagannath on that special day. If not anything, if you are not able to cook anything, at least you can offer offer some delicious fruits that is available at this point of time, the fresh fruits that is available. And Jagannath likes varieties of opulence. It's, usually they make chappan bhog for Jagannath, but at least with love and heart you can make one or two bhogas, whatever possible on your end, and you can offer it to Jagannath with the mood that, oh Jagannath, this is your today's your appearance, so please, this is what I could do, but please honor. And it is also said that, so whenever we make some bhoga for Jagannath, when we are cooking itself, in the Jagannath comes and sits near the gas or whatever that chula, and then he eats from the pot directly. He's that eager for our offerings. Definitely he will, he has sahasra shatakoti Lakshmis to serve him, but he's so merciful that he comes and he takes our offerings. So yeah, we can all remember that. Yeah, I mean, we can, prepare, cook little bit, or whatever fruits, dry fruits we have, we can offer, and then we can request Jagannath to honor that day. Now the beautiful story of how Jagannath appeared, actually there was a king. His name was Indradyumna, and he was ruling this place of Orissa at that point of time. And then he was actually living in Madhya Pradesh. It is said that he was living in Ujjain, but he was the king of Orissa also. And his wife's name is Gundicha. That's why we see, during Ratha Yatra, Jagannath, he goes from Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Mai, they go from Shri Mandir, that is the present Mandir, which Jagannath is there, that's called as Shri Mandir. They go to the Gundicha Mandir. And I never knew like why this, name Gundicha, but when this week when I was preparing for the session, I realized that Gundicha is actually the name of Indradyumna, this king Indradyumna's wife. And so this story, it comes in Padma Puran, and it also comes in various Mahatmya, where it is said that this king, he was a very very pious king, and he was very very devoted to the uh, you know to the Vishnu form of the Lord. And many people used to, come and stay. Devotees used to come and stay at his place, and he would give them lot of facilities. When you used to hear that, oh, this is, he's a these are devotees, these are pious people, these are they are on the Tirtha Yatra, like that. So he used to make very very opulence arrangements for all of them. And he's a very very exclusive devotee of the Lord. And it is said that once, when few set of devotees, pilgrims who had come to stay one night in that place in his kingdom. So at that point of time, this Indradyumna Maharaj, he heard that they were discussing. What they were discussing? They were discussing that they were discussing about Lord Shri Neela Madhav. So they were discussing that this Neela Madhav, he looks so beautiful. He's holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and they were, describing for hours together. They were describing their Neela Madhav's beauty, Neela Madhav's, you know, aura, and the way they are, the way the Lord is carrying himself, and their greatness and everything. And one Brahmana who was present there, so he heard all this glory, and he went and he told the, minister of Maharaj Indradyumna. And minister, when he was telling, Indradyumna Maharaj also, he heard it. And Maharaj Indradyumna, he always had the, the very strong desire that I should have darshan of the Lord. He always used to think, when will I have the darshan of the Lord with my own eyes, like that. And when he heard about all these glories of the Lord, his desire became so intense. And you can imagine, he's the king, and there is Lord in one of the kingdoms, and he is the king of one of the most biggest part of the whole world at that point of time. So he's thinking that I should also get darshan of the Lord of the universe, like that. And he was always pondering, like, is it not possible to get darshan just because I'm a king? And like this, he always had that longing. It is said that the more and more we have longing to have darshan of the Lord, the more and more Lord will arrange things in such a way that he will give us darshan. So if at all, like, we are not able to go to some dham, so we should always have that hankering that, oh Lord, when will I go there, when will I get your darshan? Similar similar to devotee association. If we are not like getting that good devotee association, we should always be hankering, like genuinely we should be hankering that when will I get a situation where I'll go amidst the devotees and sing and dance and honor prasadam like that. So the more and more we are eager like that, the more and more Lord will create situations around us, so that he will invite us to the dham. And I have seen in my own life, it is like it has manifested so many times that whenever I wanted to visit some dham and it is not happening, and the more and more intense my desire was, the more and more somehow or the other Lord has arranged for it. So yeah, we can always try. And so the Maharaj, so the minister, he told Indradumna Maharaj that yeah, I have heard from a Brahmana that about Lord Nilamadev, holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. And then the king, he became mad hearing it, and he said, how can I obtain the darshan of Nilamadev? I have to obtain it. And by the time the minister goes back to the place of the devotees, like the pilgrims who had come, they had already left. Then Maharaj Indradumna, he became very sad, because that was the only chance he had, to know about where this Lord Neelamatav is, and he lost it. And he became then everybody became a little thoughtful, and then Indradumna, Maharaj, he called all his ministers. He called priest. His name was Vidyapati. So this Vidyapati was very, very intelligent person. So all other ministers were called, and then they were asked, to go in different directions throughout the world and search where is this Lord Neelamadav found. And he said that whoever finds this Lord Neelamadav, they'll get immense wealth. They will be awarded with immense wealth. Anyway, everyone became happy, and then they were sent in different directions. And this Vidyapati, he was sent in the eastern coast. And Maharaj, he also told that everybody should come within 3 months. The time was very difficult, because the place is so vast to find the Lord. But anyway, that they thought that okay, let's start and let's see. And everybody like started walking, and this Vidyapati also, he started walking in the eastern direction and then finally he reached a village. This village, it was very beautiful, with hills and waters and rivers, and nice fragrance had spread throughout the hill. And when he was wherever he used to go, this Vidyapati, he used to always ask, have you heard about Neelamadav? Have you heard about this beautiful Lord with Shankha Chakra Gada Padma? Like that he used to ask. And when he went to this village, so one of the pilgrim from one of the villagers, he got to know that somebody in the whole village is actually a worshipper of Neelamadav. And finally he figured out that the person who is actually worshipping Neelamadav is his name is Vishwavasu. So who is going? The person who is going is the minister of Indradyumna Maharaj. Why he is going? He is going to search Neelamadav. And where he went to a village, and he has landed into a place, into a house of Vishwavasu. This Vishwavasu, he is a person, he belongs to Shabara caste. This Shabara caste is actually, in general, at that point of time, it was considered, it was not considered as a very, very high caste. But these Shabara caste devotees, they were so generous that they used to help the pilgrims to stay in their house and serve the pilgrims. So when he went to this Vishwavasu's house, Vishwavasu welcomed, and he had a daughter named Lalita. And finally, Vishwavasu told that yeah, our duty is to serve this minister who has come. And they started serving, Vishwavasu and Lalita, they started serving day after day. They started serving the minister of Indradyumna, who is the Vidyapati. And over a period of time, this Vidyapati, he used to go around, he used to find he used to ask people, but nowhere he was getting a clue about Neelamadhav. So but in this journey, so Lalita, who is the daughter of Vishwavasu, so they Lalita and this Vidyapati, so they started liking each other, and Lalita informed his father that yes, we want to get married, and they both got married. Now this Vishwavasu is there. His work was early morning he used to go out, and then in the late evening he used to come. And when he used to come back home, this Vidyapati is there. He used to observe that there's a beautiful fragrance that is coming out of this body of the Vishwavasu. Now, he saw that the fragrance was increasing day after day. And he finally asked Lalita that, see, I see that your father goes early in the morning and he comes late in the night, and the beautiful fragrance comes out of, it comes from his body, it spreads throughout this house. What is the secret? And then, this Lalita, she said that, I have, I know, I mean, she, at that point of time, definitely the truth was the basic principle. So she told that I know some truth, but I have been asked by my father not to, reveal this secrets. My father has ordered me, so I cannot reveal you the secret. And finally Vidyapati told that, if you don't reveal me, I'm your husband now, if you don't reveal me the secret, it is said that you shouldn't hide anything from the husband, but you're hiding this big thing from me, so I'm going to leave the house, like that. He was threatening. So then finally, Lalita said, all right, I'll tell you, but you should not tell to anyone. Whenever we share a secret, we always tell, oh, I'll tell you, but please don't tell to anyone. And the next person, it repeats the same thing. So Vidyapati, he said that, at that point of time, he said, a wife, he should not, she shouldn't speak like that, oh, you don't tell to anybody, like that, to a husband, that too who is a minister of his own, his master, who is Indradimna. So he requested that, you reveal the secret, then I will decide if I have to if I have to share it with others or not. So why are you even hiding it from me, like that? And finally she said that my father Vishwavasu, he goes every day to have darshan of the Neela Madhav and to serve him. And then, like, Vidyapati is so happy, because see, at that point of time when Vidyapati, he met Vishwavasu, he stayed there, he was searching. The time that was given to find the Neela Madhav was like 3 months, but over a period of time, it had already passed 3 months. It was almost 6 months when, Vishwavasu, when this Vidyapati married Lalita, and then he was still searching for Neela Madhav. Finally, the day has come where, Vidyapati has found Neela Madhav, and he felt great joy, and then he started saying this whom Lalita, that I want to just have darshan of the Neela Madhav. So he was like, Hukka Okruk, I want to have darshan of Neela Madhav. Now Lalita became restless. First of all, she was not supposed to say it to anybody. Now she has said, and now this my husband, Vishwa Vidyapati, he wants to have darshan. Finally, she decided that, I will go and I will approach, my father, and I know I'll get scoldings, but that's okay. I mean, I will, first I will try my level best to convince my father. Otherwise, I'll trick my father to somehow get my husband a darshan. And finally, she goes to her father and she says, like, she glorifies her husband, and then she says that, I have been serving you, like, since the time my mother is not there. I've been serving you, oh my father Vishwavasu. So please now, I will request you for one boon. You have to give me that boon. And father, he says, okay, whatever boon. And then she reveals that, oh, my husband, he wants to take darshan of Neela Madhav. And when he gets to know, when Vishwavasu, Lalita's father, when he gets to know that, you know uh, like um, his son-in-law has wants to take darshan of Neela Madhav, he will be bewildered, and he will say that, this is not at all possible, because the if somebody wants to take darshan, if somebody takes darshan of Neela Madhav, I'm scared that Neela Madhav may go away, or somebody may steal him away. And Vishwavasu was actually very much attached to Neela Madhav. You can imagine, he was, for years together, he didn't reveal to anybody about Neela Madhav. He was, day in day out, he used to go. In the morning he used to go, he used to serve throughout the day, and he used to come back. And when he was coming back, he used to, beg alms, and whatever he used to get, they used to be happy with it. So this was happening for years together, and he had developed that attachment for the Neela Madhav. For us, when we go to the nearby temple, let's say we go to the temple around us, so for a week after week we go, or once in a while, like during Ekadashi we go, and we get so much attached to the lordships, that whenever we have some special occasions, or birthday, or some other day, so we always want to, go to the temple. But here we can see, this person, he is not only going to take darshan every day, but he is worshipping the Lord with his own hands. He is feeding the Lord, and he is serving the Lord throughout the day. So we can imagine how much attachment he has. And he is so scared that if somebody else gets to know about this, they may steal my Lord, like that. And finally like his daughter, she said that if you can't do this one little thing, if you can't allow my husband to take darshan of Neela Madhav, then I will, I will take poison. She was all ready. She had brought some, bottle with the poison sticker and things like that. And she threatened her father. And finally her father, he thought that, my daughter has served me so much, and definitely I shouldn't, harm her. So he agreed. And then he very intelligently, he said that I will take your husband to take darshan of Neela Madhav, but I will bind his eyes so that he will not get to know the way. And finally they both agreed, like Lalita also agreed, and Vidyapati, her husband, also agreed. And they went, they blind they were about to blindfold this Vidyapati. At that time, this intelligent so-called Lalita, she wanted to please her husband Vidyapati. She gave a handful of mustard seeds in the hands of Vidyapati, her husband, and she told that my father is anyway blindfolding you, but you, whichever way he goes, so you put this mustard seeds along, so that so that like over a period of time, that mustard uh, like uh, 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 like plant will grow, and mustard flowers will grow, yellow color mustard flowers. And next time you want to go, or you want to take your king Indradimna Maharaj, so you will get to know the way, you don't have to worry. And Vidyapati is so pleased with her because she's giving all these ideas. And finally he takes very secretly, he holds a handful of mustard seeds, and they go. As soon as he sits in the bullock cart, a black cloth will be tied. And because this Vishwavasu, he doesn't want to show him the way, he will take him through the long route, he'll take a different turn. And but this Vidyapati, he used to, throughout the way, he was putting the mustard seeds. And finally they will reach the Lord's forest. And when they reached the Lord's forest, the cloth was removed from his eyes. And as soon as cloth was removed, Vidyapati, he had the wonderful darshan of Lord Nilamadav. नीलमाधव भगवान की जय, शंख चक्र गदा पद्म धारी नीलमाधव भगवान की जय. So finally the cloth was removed, and he will have a very beautiful form of Lord Vishnu holding shankha chakra gada padma. And his heart, this Vidyapati's heart, it became choked with emotion. He was like, he couldn't believe that he was having the actual darshan of Nilamadhav. And he was very very happy. And he you know like he went he this like Vidyapati, he told that I want to offer something to the Lord. So he went around the forest, he collected the fruits, flowers, and other materials so that they can worship Nilamadhav. And Vishwavasu also, he went in another directions to bring some flowers. When Vishwavasu had gone to collect the materials, so um there was a Vidyapati. He saw a beautiful lake, and he saw that a crow was it was hanging upside down. It fell into the lake, and when it came out of the lake, it emerged as a Vishnu Murti. That is, it emerged in the form of Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. It emerged with the four hands, which one of the Vishnu Murtis holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, and it directly, it went back to Lord's abode. And when Vidyapati, who is basically the husband of Lalita, he saw that, he became very greedy. He thought that, I guess I should also try this. I'll jump into the water, and then I will also get Shankar like four-handed, and I'll go back. And when he was trying like this, like Akashvani comes, a voice, aerial voice, it comes saying that, why are you jumping? Your duty is to go back and inform your king that you have seen Neela Madhav and get him. I'm waiting for years together to actually have his actually give him my darshan. So go to Maharaj Indradyumna and tell him that I have appeared here. I'm here waiting for him. You tell him that. Then finally Vidyapati will realize that, yeah, I'm on a mission here. So he will like that day's worship they will finish, and finally they will go back to the place. And now this Vidya, when they go back to their home where Lalita is waiting, and Vidyapati will explain how beautiful darshan he had. And finally Vidyapati will say, now I will go to Indradimna Maharaj, and I will actually bring him here. When Vishwavasu, who is actually the worshipper of the Nilamadav, when he'll hear it, he will be in shock, because he knows that this is the time where Indradimna Maharaj will come. He'll take away his dear deity, that is Nila Madhav. And what he will do is he will tie this his son-in-law Vidyapati, and he'll put him in in a room. He'll lock him in a room, and he will not for days together, just prasadam would be sent to him, and he was not at all allowing Vidyapati to come out like that. And and finally Lalita, Vidyapati used to cry and things like that, and finally Lalita, she told that if you don't leave like Vidyapati, my husband, again she again started her drama of this thing, suicide. And then finally he will think that, okay, if Nilamada, Vishwavasu will think, if Nilamada, actually if Nilamada wants to be with Indradimna Maharaj, then let it so be. Maybe Nilamada is not so happy with my service, he thinks like that. And finally he'll allow Vidyapati to, you know go to Indradimna Maharaj. And in this, Indradimna Maharaj will tell Lalita that, don't worry, I will come back, and we will all, go back and stay with the Maharaj together, but it's very important that I have to go and bring him. So he goes to Indradimna Maharaj. He says, even like how I said, it's already 6 months past, but still Indradimna Maharaj is very pleased because the work was completed. And finally Indradimna Maharaj, actually this Indradimna Maharaj, he did not have any kids. So what he did is, when he got to know that he will get darshan of Neela Madhav, he took all the soldiers, all the ministers, all the citizens, to, because that is the nature of the devotee. A devotee doesn't want anything to happen like just for them. That's why you see, whenever we go to yatra, we always pull others. Yo, please come. Oh, like Kartika Mataji, please come. Oh, Aksharada Mataji, please come. We always pull other devotees. Sharwani Mataji, please come for the yatra. We always pull other devotees. Why? Because whenever a devotee goes to take darshan of Lord, any of the lordships, a devotee wants to everybody to come and everybody to take darshan, everybody to sing and dance and enjoy that journey basically. So Indradimna Maharaj, he took everybody, basically all the citizens, all the ministers, soldiers, everybody. And then they kept walking and walking, and finally they reached outside the village. And they saw that this Vidyapati was in shock, because there was supposed to be a village. There was no village. It had completely become barren, and it was completely, sand. That place was full of sand, red sand, and there was nothing. Far away, there was nothing that was available. And there was no mustard field. This Vidyapati had told that mustard field will be there, we'll just follow it and we'll reach. There was no mustard field, there was no plants at all. And Indradimna Maharaj became very sorrowful that, oh my god, I couldn't have darshan of Lord Neelamadhav. I don't know what offense I have done, because now I'm not getting darshan of Neelamadhav. And finally Vidyapati, he told that, please believe me, there was a village here, and I really had darshan of Neela Madhav like that. And when then this Indradimna, he started crying. When devotees, when we don't get darshan of the Lord, we become so upset that we have tears in our eyes. Similarly, Indradimna Maharaj, he becomes so upset. You imagine, like, we go to some dham, like let's say we go to Pandharpur dham, and then they declare that, oh no, the darshan is stopped for 1 week, and the devastation that happens in devotees' heart, we can imagine. So this is like, you can imagine, Indradimna Maharaj is going to see the Lord Nila Madhav. It is said that the first half of the creation, from the time of creation, the first half, Nila Madhav, Lord Nila Madhav is the Lord of the universe, and the next half, actually Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya appears. So we are in that second half where Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya, the Lord of the universe, they are there. But in the first half of the creation, the time from the creation, it was only the Lord of the universe was the Lord Nila Madhav himself. So that Nila Madhav's darshan, the Indradimna Maharaj couldn't have. So we can imagine how much painful it is for him. So when he started crying, so again like aerial voice will come, Akashvani will come, saying that, the half of the time after the creation had happened, that is ended now. So that's why Neela Madhav had to disappear from this earth. But the Lord has promised. Lord was waiting for Indradyumna Maharaj, and also other half of the creation to he is waiting for all the other creation to come and take the darshan of him. So it said that the Akashvani said that next half of the creation, so the same Neela Madhav, he will appear on this earth, but he will appear in the form of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Mai, Sudarshan. So do not worry. And it said that Neela Madhavji is sending Brahmaji to Brahma. Lord Brahma himself he will bring Vaikunta to the Mother Earth. He will bring Vaikunta where actually Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai will appear, and in that place of Vaikunta we can all, the rest of the creation that happens, they can all go take darshan of this Lord of the universe, make their life successful, and serve the Lord to the best of their abilities. So like this, Akashvani will come, and finally the Akashvani will say that Indradyumna Maharaj, that go to a place called Chakratirtha, that is on the other side of the ocean, and there you will find a wooden log. So you can see something like this. The wooden log, that wooden log will come out of the ocean, and that wooden log will have the signs of Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, that is conch, disc, club, and lotus in it, and take that out and make deities out of it. And in this way, you can establish that deities who are non-different from me, the Lord of the universe, and you can serve me through the rest of the rest half of the creation, and then you can make your successful and you can come back to me. This was the actual Akashmani that happens. And finally, Indradyumna Maharaj, so he will go to the ocean, to the bank of the one of the bank of the ocean where it was the Chakra Tirtha was there, and he will find the log, and then nobody is able to lift that log because that log is so heavy. And then again one Akashvani will come that you know even though Vishwavasu, he appeared in the Shabara Jata. So what was the Shabara Jata? It was not like a Brahmana caste. It was considered as one of the low caste. But I want Vishwavasu and his daughter Lalita. They are the only ones who can lift the log, and they are the only one who can actually take me on the golden chariot, and then you can carve Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai deities out of it, and then you can establish, you can install me in the temples like that. And finally Vishwavasu and Lalita, they also appeared, and then they came and then they found this log, they lifted the log, they placed it on the golden chariot. They finally went to the place where, like, today's Jagannath Ji temple is there in the Nilachal. That is non different than Vaikunta. It is also called as Bhu Vaikunta. There are there are few places in on Mother Earth, especially we are so fortunate in India, where Lord himself agreed to appear, and he agreed to bring his Vaikunta on this earth, and it is called as Bhu Vaikunta. And Vrindavan, that we know, which is in the around Delhi, definitely it's not bound by the place, but that Vrindavan, it's called as Bhauma Vrindavan, because Lord very mercifully, he, he's already happy with his devotees in the spiritual world, but because all of us fallen souls, we want the mercy of the Lordships. He very kindly, very compassionately, he agrees to appear here and give us his darshan, give us his seva. And now, like how I said, this log is found, and they were not able to find any expert artisan to carve the deities, because because none of the instruments could even break a piece of this log. You can imagine. So Indradyumna Maharaj was, again, he was very very sad, and then he prayed to the Lordships for a long time. All these devotees, they show us that prayers are the way for us to actually reach the Lord, and let the miracles happen. So he prayed for the Lord that, Lord, you have appeared, now you give me the intelligence so that I can serve you better. So finally, so they found, the artisan who was supposed to carve this, he came, and it is said that he like agreed to make the Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya deities, but only on one condition. What was that condition? That condition was that, um, 21 days, I will be inside the place where this carving of the deities happens, and for the that next 21 days nobody should disturb me. That door will be closed, and deities creation will happen, I mean carving will happen, but nobody will disturb me. You should give me that 21 days and I'll make you the deities. This was the deal. And finally, after some days passed, and there was no sound coming from that room. Like Indradyumna Maharaj is waiting to take darshan of the lordships. But till few days, when we carve the deities, some sound will come. But after few days, there was no sound. And the king was so worried, because this like the person who had come to carve the deities, he is not eaten. So he was this so many thoughts came into the mind of Indradyumna and his wife Gundicha, that, oh, what might have happened to the person who is carving. Maybe he died out of this brahmana has died out of starving, or not eating anything, not drinking anything, like that. Then he thought that maybe let me have patience. So finally all the ministers told that he has told 21 days, so we will wait. But this mother Gundicha, wife of Indradyumna, she was restless, because she was a woman. She cannot see a person suffering like that because of hunger or thirst or things like that. So she said that this is not at all proper. We cannot let a brahmana die in our in our temple, like in a temple where actually Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya are appearing. So Indradyumna Maharaj said, "No, I won't agree. This is like, he would be, invoking the lordships in the deities, so you don't have to worry." But Gundicha did not agree at all. And finally, Gundicha was so stubborn that Indradyumna Maharaj had to open the door. The door was open, and the person who was carving, he became very upset. He told, "What have you done? I had told you not to open the door, so why did you even open the door?" Like that. And then they saw that Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya deities, they were kept. Their eyes were not completely formed, their hands were not fully completed, their feet were not properly visible. And the person who was carving, he said that this is it, I cannot do it anymore, because you have now seen this form of the Lord. Maybe the lordships, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya, Sudarshanji, they wanted to they had a desire to appear in this way, maybe, so that's why this is the form of the Lord that is available. So in this slide, so I have put this quote that, so Lord might not have a feet, Lord might not have a very big hands, but with his small hands, if you have seen Jagannath's hands, it's always in front, it's always in the form of waiting for a hug. It's always in a place where, please, you might be suffering, you might be struggling, you might think there is nobody for you in this universe, but I am always there, I'm always there to give you that warm embrace, I'm always there to, you know to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel that warmth. I'm always there for you. So this is what our Lord Jagannath symbolizes when he's even though his hands are not complete, his hands are small, he's always ready to welcome innumerable amount of devotees to his dham, and to embrace him. It was said that, in fact, so many devotees, they told me that, how earlier Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya deities, they could go and hug those deities when they were young. They have experience of hugging these deities, but these days the main deities, so they will not agree to hug. But when I went to Jagannath Puri past couple of times, so in the in the premises of the Jagannath temple, in the back, so there is a place where one Jagannath deity is there. I'm not able to remember the name of the Jagannath deity, but that Jagannath deity, we can go and hug that Jagannath deity. For a long time, we can hug that Jagannath deity, and we can feel that embrace of the Lord. So many of us, so few of us who have come with us for the yatra, so we have that experience of hugging Jagannath Swami, Lord Jagannath Swami, who's none other than the Lord of Universe. So finally, I'll just another 5 7 minutes. I'll speak about the Snan Yatra and very very interesting stories, and we'll end for the day. I mean, I definitely don't want to end the pastimes of Jagannath, but yeah, we will see. I mean, at least we will cover few pastimes and we will end. So it is said that how Brahmaji himself, he came and he installed the Jagannath. He brought the Vaikunta Dham, that is actually there in the spiritual world, to this place called as Nilachal Dham, that is Jagannath Puri. And Brahmaji himself installed these Jagannath Baladev Subhadra deities. So even today, it is said that like uh, um, like the service that is happening, that is how like Lord Brahma told that how the Vishwavasu who was serving Neela Madhav, in the same way the service should happen even now. So this Vishwavasu actually, he I mean he was asked to cook, he was asked to serve actually the Jagannath deities when they were installed in the Shri Mandir in the Jagannath Puri. And finally he he handed over that knowledge to Lalita's sons. And now, even now, it is said that during this Snan Purnima and this whole month of Rath Yatra, it is the descendants of Lalita and Vidyapati, that is, they are still again from the Shabara caste, they are the ones who will be serving, and not the Brahmanas. So you can imagine, Lord is so merciful. There is actually, there is no limit, there is no, nothing that can stop us from serving the Lord actually. No caste, no creed, no color, no qualification. So Lord is always ready just for us to go take his darshan and serve him. That's it. And like how I said, the lineage of the Vidyapati's wives, that is the Lalita, so they are the ones who are, even now they are the ones who are serving the Jagannath ji. And it is said that on this when Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai appeared, so on that day, actually they welcomed Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai and they did this Snan Purnima, where they actually, for the first time, they bathed the deities with so many wonderful paraphernalia. And then they first they did Chandan Yatra, and then they did bathing, and finally they decorated the lordships. And it is said that when the Akashvani came, so all the instructions were given as of from where the water should be brought, how the water lot should be bathed, and everything. It is said that the throughout the year there is a well. The name of the well is Suvarna well. This is again in the premises of Jagannath Puri temple. So if we know any if any pandas are taking us for the darshan, then they will know where the Suvarna well is. So the Suvarna well is, throughout the year they are not opening the well, they are not even opening the water, I mean using the water of the well. But when the Snan Purnima comes, so it is said that the preparation happens. So on preparation starts before like a couple of days. And on one day, the Ekadashi, Dvadashi, Trayodashi, all these days, on one of the days, before a couple of 3 to 4 days, so they empty the whole well. You can imagine, throughout the year that well is not at all used, water is not used, and a couple of days before this Nan Yatra, this Suvarna well, it is completely emptied. And whole that whole day they will empty, and the night they will leave. Morning when they see there's fresh waters, full, that well is full of water. That well, it is said that the water is again coming from the spiritual world, and that magical water is, even now only that water is being used for bathing the lordships. And again uh, 108 pictures of waters are used. And they will be the, again the water, they so many paraphernalia they'll add to the water. They'll add fragrance, they'll add various herbs, they'll add various flowers and make the water very very fragrant. So this is the actual statistics. It is said that 35 pots of water are offered for Jagannath for taking bath, and 33 pots for Baladev, 22 pots for Subhadramai, and 18 pots for Sudarshan. So altogether it is 108 pots that is of water that's been offered to the Lord. And one day before, actually It is called as Adivas means it's a time where all the new dress for the Jagannath, all these water pots, all the paraphernalia, it's brought and it's kept in front of Jagannath, and they're telling Jagannath that, see Jagannath, tomorrow is your birthday, so you are wearing all these clothes, you are wearing all these jewels, we are decorating with you all with all these flowers, we are offering you with all these bhogas, like that. They will show to Jagannath, and they will keep Jagannath waiting. They will ensure that Jagannath will not run away the next day. So Jagannath is all excited for next day, his appearance, for his birthday to be celebrated in a very very grand manner. And whole night all this paraphernalia will be kept in front of the Jagannath, and next day it is said that Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramai, so in the form of Pahandi they will be brought, like definitely Jagannath, he's the Lord of the universe, but still he wants to be carried by his own devotees. So all these devotees of the lineage of Lalita and Vidyapati, so they carry the Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya deities in the Pahandi, and finally they will you have you if you can search for Snan Yatra videos, or like how I said, next week Snan Yatra is coming. So when the date comes, so I will also share the live darshan from Jagannath Puri. We can all take darshan, and Jagannath goes back and forth. Jagannath does lot of nakra, and finally he goes to that place of Snan, and then they bathe him with all these wonderful pots of water filled with fragrance and other paraphernalia. And it is said that Jagannath will manifest his pastimes of falling sick. It is said that Jagannath, he definitely, little pots of water, it cannot make him sick at all. But there are so many reasons it is said that why Jagannath's fall sick. The first one such reason is because at that point of time it is so hot, in Jagannath Puri. It's because it's a coastal area, it's so humid and hot, so Jagannath wants a rest, and he wants that he doesn't want first of all he wants what like cool water to be put on him, so that's why this bathing takes place. And second thing is, on this day of Nan Purnima, his birthday, people will feed him so much, they will feed him, and he will also, like how I said, he will not say no to anything on this day. So they will go like anu or pots after pots after pots after pots of prasadam will go on the Snan Yatra day, and everybody who comes to visit Jagannath will get prasadam that day. So Jagannath, so much he eats that that next day onwards he gets indigestion, he gets fever because of the bathe, and he gets indigestion of after the festival. And for the next 15 days it's called Anavasara period, where Jagannath's darshan, they won't be we won't be getting Jagannath's darshan. At that point of time we will go to a place called as Alarnath. Again, Alarnath is not different from Jagannath. It's a 1.5 hour or 2 hour journey from Jagannath Puri. So devotees usually go to Alarnath. So back to the main story. So Jagannath is like for the 15 days he wants to take neem juice, like all these herbs and medicines. And basically the first reason is he wants to get service from these Shabara devotees, because throughout the year Brahmanas will be serving them, but this special month he wants to get service from Shabara devotees. So that's why that 15 days it is said that nobody can serve him except this exclusive set of devotees who have the liberty to enter into the temple and serve him. And second thing is, it is also said that how um, like uh, like Jagannath, he wants to actually he wants to go in Rath to where, to Gundicha. It is said that Gundicha is non different than Vrindavan Dham. So he, wherever now he is, it is actually like a Dwarka or Mathura Dham, where he served in lot of opulence with Aishwarya, but he loves Madhurya. That is, he loves when people serve him with love and devotion, and not not with the opulence. So he so he when he goes to the Snan Yatra place, I said no, it is so it is in such a great height that now he is able to see that Gundicha temple. He is able to see that Gundicha temple, which is non different than Vrindavan, and he is reminded of Vrindavan. He is reminded of Gopas, Gopis, Nanda Baba, Yashoda, and now he wants to go there. But what is Sri Mandir? Sri Mandir is the Mandir of Lakshmi Mata. will Lakshmi Mata allow Jagannath to go? No. So that's when it is said that he will give that 15 days exclusive time he will give to Lakshmi Mata, and at the end of 15 days he will tell to Lakshmi Mata that, oh, I have been tired, I have been exclusively I am with you for 15 days. Oh Lakshmi, dear Lakshmi, please allow me for 2 days. I want to just roam around and come. Like that for 2 days he will ask. But definitely it will not be 2 days, it will be more days. That's why Lakshmi Mata will get upset after that. That's another Leela. But yeah, he will ask for permission from Lakshmi Mata. And another reason is he wants to come out. Like he wants to, during those like 15 days he wants to be inside so that any maintenance in the temple can happen. Because when Jagannath is there, if you see, every day, no matter what time of the day you go, pots and pots after prasadam will be going on. And the secret behind this pots of prasadam also is that, this Indradimna Maharaj, when Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya appears, so Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya, they'll like tell him that, ask for a boon. So this Indradimna Maharaj, he'll ask for three boons. What are the three boons? The first boon he'll ask is, I should not have any children. So he'll tell that, if I have children, then my children might fight over this property of Jagannath Puri temple. So I want all these devotees, the followers of, the descendants of Vidyapati and the descendants of Vishwavasu, basically, them to carry over this service and not my kids. So I don't want any kids. So Jagannath will be very impressed. So you see, Indradimna Maharaj telling that I do, as a king, telling that I don't want kids because I don't want my kids to fight over the deities. It's such a big thing. And second thing he will say is that. Your temple should not close at all. That's why you see, you go in the midnight, you go at the ghostly time, you go at any point of time. Most of the times Jagannath will be open. And you may say, Mataji, when we went to Jagannath Puri temple, sometimes Jagannath temple closes at 1:30. Actually it is said that it closes for the rest of the crowd, like us humans. But when it closes for all of us, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramani, usually they'll be giving darshan to all the Devi Devatas. So Devi Devatas will get to serve exclusively at that point of time. The couple of hours when the actual door closes, between the door opens at 5:30. So you can imagine. So Jagannath is always, temple is always open, always ready to give mercy and darshan to everybody, including the Devi Devatas from the higher planetary systems. And finally, the third boon is that, it is the third boon, he gives is that, um, no matter what happens, your hand should not dry at all. This is the secret behind, Jagannath being fed so many times a day. Because it is said that they'll prepare pots of prasadam, they'll offer, and by the time Jagannath honors, and by the time his hands get dry, the next set of bhoga will come for him. So in this way, in Jagannath Puri, you see, there is no dearth of prasadam at all. Because this is again, a request, the boon that was asked by Indranil Maharaj, that by the time your hand dries, the next set of bhoga will come to you. This is my request, like that. And finally, Jagannath, so he will, like how I said, for 15 days he will fall sick, because he will get intimate service from Lakshmi Devi, he will get intimate service from this Shabara community, and finally he will convince Lakshmi Mata that I should, I should, he will convince Lakshmi Mata that I should actually, go and visit Vrindavan Dham, that is the Gundicha temple. And Lakshmi Mata also will say, okay, 15 days you are with me. I am also little tired of you now. Okay, you go and come, like that. She will give 2 days permission. And when Jagannath is going at that point of time, Baladev and Subhadramaya, they say, oh my God, our brother is going. What will we do here? Even we want to go on a ride. That way, first Jagannath's Rath go, first Baladev's Rath go, then Subhadramaya's Rath go, and finally Jagannath's Rath, it goes. And finally it reaches the Gundicha temple, which is non different than Vrindavan Dham. So Jagannath, he's actually preparing, he's actually performing all these leelas so that he can go to Vrindavan, where he meets his eternal devotees, and he gets to relish that madhurya bhav. And like how I said, he this is also a time where he gets, this whole month it is said that he gets service from the devotees, exclusive devotees who belongs to the Shabara community. So we see that Jagannath doesn't see any distinction. He gives service equally to everybody, and he exclusively wants people who say, oh, these people are like from low caste. He actually gives service to them and says that there is no less or there is no low or high for me. And finally, this one pastime that Jagannath is Ganapati. So it is said that this Jagannath, there was actually a devotee of Lord Ganesha, and this devotee was in he was from Karnataka, and he will get to know about this Brahmana. He will get to know the Lord, about Lord like Jagannath, and somebody will tell him that this Jagannath is also in the form of Ganesha. So you go and like visit him. So like as soon as he hears all these things, he thinks that I want to actually go and take darshan. So this devotee of Ganapati, so he sets out from Karnataka, and very hungry, very thirsty, he walks from there. So many obstacles will come on the path. He tolerates all the cold, heat, and everything. And when he'll reach the Nilachal Dham, that is Jagannath Puri, on that day actually Snan Yatra will be happening. And Jagannath himself had come out, and he was giving, like how I said, on the that place where Snan Yatra happens, it is visible to everybody. So Jagannath is so merciful. So he will be giving out darshan to everybody. So this when this Brahmana reached the Nilachal Dham, so he saw that what all the people are doing. They're going inside the temple, they're taking darshan of the Lord, they're coming out. So his mind, it slipped a little. He said, what is this? I read that whoever has, once take darshan of the Lord, they go to the Lord, but these people are coming back. So what is actually happening? I'm not understanding like that. So his faith will be little hurt, because he would have read in the scriptures that whoever goes to this temple, they not come back. They will not come back. They will actually go back to the spiritual world. This is what he had heard. And so he thinks that I've come to the wrong place, so he will not even take darshan of the temple. So darshan of Lord Jagannath, so he will just come out. And he thinks that maybe this is just another deity, like how it's just hyped deity like that. And when he starts living like that, so Lord will, I mean, at that point of time, he will think that let me read that book again, that what is exactly told. So he will be sitting near under a tree, and he will be reading the book again. And it is in that book actually it is written that one who has taken darshan of the Supreme Brahman, that is Jagannath, they will never return back to this material world. They'll reach the Lord abode. So he thought that finally he thought that this is mentioned in the scriptures, so this is true, so maybe I have come to a wrong address. So he became he started going back, he started finding another way out. Now Lord Jagannath is seeing, he's seeing that everybody are come, they are eager to take my darshan. So this person, he has come, he did not even take my darshan. He has come to my door, but he's rejecting me, he's like doubting me, he's rejecting me. What is happening? What is actually happening? So then Jagannath, he comes in the form of Brahmana. He went to that person, and he told that everything is actually written correctly. You also go and take darshan. You take darshan once. At least go and try. What is wrong in going and having darshan? So, and he touches that person, and the touch will be so divine that this Brahmana will think that maybe, I mean, at least the scripture will scripture may be right or wrong, but this Brahmana who came, his touch was so divine. I believe in this Brahmana. Let me go. And when he went, he saw that Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadramaya, Sudarshan deities. And when he saw the first deity, he became disappointed, because see, he was a devotee of Ganapati. So when he Ganesha, so when he saw, he actually he had an imagination that, oh, my Lord will be like this. He will be in the form of Ganesha. He will be having a trunk that is coming out. But when he saw that, oh, this is like this Lord is having big eyes and small hands. The hands are coming out like in the form of a trunk, like that. So what form of Lord is this? He thinks like that. He becomes more disappointed, and he becomes going back. At that time, Jagannath is saying, after taking my darshan also, this person is not waiting. He's he's not even taken complete darshan, is going. Now he goes in the form of another Brahmana, and that Brahmana says that please, one, for this last time, you take darshan. Whatever imagination you have, that is same Lord is appearing. You don't worry, you go and take darshan. And finally this person who had come from Karnataka, he turns back to take darshan of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan, and you won't believe that Jagannath had turned himself into this Gajavesha, and he had worn this Gajavesha, and he was giving darshan to that devotee in the form of a Ganapati. So we can see, like all the devotees could see that, take that form of, they could take that darshan of Gajavesha of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, Sudarshan, and we can imagine that Brahmana, he was in, he had goosebumps, because few moments ago he saw it was Jagannath, and few moments now he's seeing it is like the Gajavesha, that is the Ganapati Vesha of Jagannath, and he turns towards, like he falls flat, offers a lot of obeisances, and this is actually the Bhakta Vatsalata of our Bhagavan, who is so much affectionate to the devotees. You know, Lord can become anything for his devotees who are actually genuine, who are actually sincere. So this Snan Yatra, we will welcome our dear Lord into all our hearts. So now we have one more week. So this week we will prepare our hearts to welcome Jagannath. How? By chanting and hearing the names clearly, lovingly, attentively, by singing Jagannath bhajans, and also by hearing Jagannath Katha more and more. So in this way, we will make our heart pure enough for Jagannath to appear not just in the Jagannath Puri but in our heart also. So we can imagine this Bhakta Vatsala Jagannath, he's ready to do anything for all of the devotees who are sincerely serving him. So this Snan Yatra, that is his Lord Jagannath's appearance, will beg at the lotus feet of Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Mai, that I'm so fallen, I don't have any qualification, but you are the most merciful. So please, purify me, make me sincere, that I serve you this one life. I let me, give my this life for you in service, and let me come back to you, to your dham, in the spiritual abode, and serve you eternally. So this small prayer we can offer, and this whole week, like how I said, in more and more reading Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and chanting and hearing the mantra clearly, let us purify our hearts, and make our hearts a very, very beautiful place, very, very beautiful throne for Jagannath to enter. Thank you very much for bearing me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare